The 7-branched candelabrum and a few other sacred objects rescued were carried to Rome. Ever since then, the Jews have wept nearby the temple, and later at the Wailing Wall, the remains of Herod's ramparts. In 587 BC, King Nebuchadnezzar II, builder of the famous Hanging Gardens of Babylon, captured Jerusalem in a fierce onslaught. He pillaged it and exiled the Jews living there to Babylon and other cities. After that time, the ark was lost, and no trace of it was ever found. 40 years later, however, the Jews' exile came to an end, and they returned to Jerusalem. They then rebuilt the temple, but were forced to leave the chamber of the ark empty. The belief that the ark was not actually lost at all soon began to spread. The rumor began to spread that the ark had been concealed in a secret compartment prepared beneath the temple by the Levites, who were responsible for its protection. Yet these rumors were insufficient to locate the ark. Finally, historical sources agree that in 70 AD, the Roman general Titus reached this underground chamber after sacking Jerusalem and sent the ark with its sacred contents to Rome. The ark, believed to be kept in Jerusalem between 587 BC and 70 AD, was never seen again. Furthermore, the Jews, who believe that the ark will reappear after the coming of the Messiah, have been seeking it for hundreds of years. Christians are searching for it because they regard the ark as one of the signs of the return of Prophet Jesus to earth before the day of judgment. The time of the First Crusade. The Christians who participated in the crusade captured Jerusalem with terrible slaughter. Most of the soldiers who took part in the war returned home, with the exception of one group. One group of crusaders, mainly consisting of Frenchmen, remained in the region. Jerusalem was of the greatest importance to these people, who called themselves the Knight Templars. The true aim of the 9 knights who founded the Templars cult was very different to that of the other troops. They said that they wished to find remains and writings containing the essence of Judaism and the secret traditions of ancient Egypt. It is a known fact that their aim was to find the Ark. Their presence in Jerusalem after so many years was therefore an opportunity not to be missed. This was because they could now search the region as they wished, and had the means to look for the ark. The Knight Templars carried out the first recorded excavations at the Temple Mount at the time of the Crusades. The importance to the Templars of the Ark of the Covenant could clearly be seen in the historical works they left behind them. A relief drawn by them on the northern door of Chartres Cathedral, built by them in the 12th century, depicts the Ark of the Covenant being taken to an unknown destination in a carriage, and underneath this is written, "Here is hidden the Ark of the Covenant." Although the Templars obtained some information in the inquiries they conducted until the 19th century, they never found the Ark. The long years of endeavors to find the Ark of the Covenant were also reflected in films. Harrison Ford and the Adventures of Indiana Jones, for example, and one particular film in this series, Raiders of the Lost Ark, which was directed by Steven Spielberg. The film's subject matter deals with the famous archaeologist Indiana Jones being charged by his country with locating the lost Ark of the Covenant. Jones embarks on an adventure filled with traps and dangers in order to locate the Ark. The films in this series evoked considerable interest in the years they went on release. They not only appealed to adventure lovers, but also attracted considerable interest from religious circles. Although the subject matter and locations do not fit the historical facts, the film was visually sufficient to awaken great interest. In this way, the search for the Ark of the Covenant again became a current issue. According to hadith reported by our Prophet, the Ark is somewhere near Antioch in Turkey. In the end times, it will be found by the Mahdi and will be a symbol of his dominion, as it was of the kingship of Saul. The hadith on this subject state, the reason for him being called the Mahdi is his showing the way to a hidden thing. He will unearth the Ark from a place known as Antioch. The Mahdi will send an army to wage war against the Romans. His knowledge of the law is as great as that of 10 scholars. He will unearth the Ark of the Covenant from the Antioch cave. Some members of the Jewish Essen cult who fled Roman persecution sought shelter in Qumran, on the shores of Lake Lut, or the Dead Sea, and near Jordan. Others settled around Antioch. The Essens who settled around Antioch might have taken the Ark of the Covenant with them. They probably sought a safe place to keep the Ark, which they had protected from pillage and theft for hundreds of years, and decided to settle in Antioch. The Essens were different to other communities in various ways. Those who settled in Qumran set about copying and protecting the Pentateuch. Those who settled in Antioch, on the other hand, dedicated their entire lives to the protection and preservation of the ark to such an extent that they would even sacrifice their lives for it. They cut themselves off totally from society and had no dealings with anybody. They had their own farms and land in which they grew their food.